guess we're going this way. Oh, we're gonna change the setup. All right. Can you guys hear me? Is everything good? Everything good? Can you guys hear me? Want to make sure the audio's good. All right, you can see perfect. Is my audio coming through? Nine people. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you guys could let me know if the audio's good, that'd be great. Let's see. Loud and clear, perfect. Okay, all right, let's set it up. All right, guys. Thanks for coming and joining me on your Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. Just gonna get some practice in for you guys, kind of take you through what, I do when it comes to my practice, warm-ups, and what I'm working on today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them below. I'll answer as much as possible through this practice session. Probably be on for like about an hour or so, just to kind of, give you guys something to look at. Answer any questions that you guys have. Can I zoom in a little bit? Yeah, I can zoom in. We'll move this over just a pinch. See if we can zoom in. There we go. We can. All right, perfect. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Hump day, getting through the week. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to talk about really, feel free to drop it in the comments. All right, so we're gonna get in the swing and slide drill. It's definitely one of the hardest drills to do, especially if you're on slipperier approaches or stickier ones. But yeah, we're gearing up for some tournaments this weekend. I'm going to be bowling Trevor's event on Saturday over in Lakeland. He has a kind of post the board kind of tournament, 3 games, a modified house shot, and $1,000 for first in each division, which is pretty good. That was a little better. And then we got Eric Ramos' trios on Sunday and Monday, again on modified house shot, but it's a really big event. A lot of action there. The Queen show yesterday. The Queen show was very interesting, to say the least. Storm brought it home, so that's good. Congrats to Lindsay for winning. That was really awesome. First title, and it's a major. It's really cool. Let's do one a little better. There we go. All right. Let's get another ball out here. So we thought we'd bring you, a little practice session that we do. If you guys really enjoy it, let us know. If you don't enjoy it, that works too. Today I'm going to be working on first 2 steps being a little bit slower and shorter, so you really get that tempo to be a little bit better. I felt a little bit out of whack the last couple days, so I need to really focus on getting those smaller, feeling good, shorter, better tempo. Let's do 3-step now. Oh, these approaches. It's like stick, slide, stick. Oh, we'll get through it. So, let's do that again. There we go. The legs underneath me. It's always very important to have multiple thumbs. I know I have one in right now, but just in case it breaks or, one day the other thumb isn't feeling so well, you have a backup. It's always good. You can't compete at the highest levels if you don't have, multiple options of thumbs or just being prepared. So, all right, let's get into the drop shoulder drill. There we go. I don't know if you guys at home, when you practice, if you bowl for score. I really don't pay attention to score unless I'm bowling on a pattern. I really want to see how I can do, but on days like this when we're just working on physical game, it's not about the score. Let's see if we can shoot this. A little shooter action. Oof. All right, I'm still getting loose. Any questions or anything, be sure to drop it down below. This is, for you guys, and I wanted to, check in, see how everybody was doing. There's stuff that you guys want to see, want to talk about. That's what we're here for. So. I guess I'm interested to, if anybody wants to chime in, I'm interested in how you guys would take this. So, obviously, bowling has its challenges with not really being considered a sport. And, some of us do it for a living. And, when we go into practice, I'm not saying, we have to have the most perfect conditions or anything like that, but I just had a discussion that was actually pretty interesting. I was actually coming in here and I asked the gentleman, like, hey, do you have any, fresher pairs since it's earlier in the day that I could come in and practice on? And he just looks at me and he's like, oh yeah, you're funny. I'm going to put you on 11. I'm like, okay. I also asked him, I'm like, hey, do you have any, hourly rates or professional rates or anything like that? And, he kind of looked at me, and it was like, I don't know what you're talking about, kind of gave me an attitude, and it's on your way, you can go practice on 11. And I know in probably any other sport, if we don't even have to compare the superstars of like LeBron James or anything, but like someone like a bench player or in basketball, or you know, someone that doesn't come off the bench as much, or Dennis Schroeder in and out of the lineup, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't get that kind of treatment. And I'm not saying the pros or anybody, you know, should get special treatment or anything like that. But if you're coming into a facility, mind you, there's many bowling alleys that you could choose from to go practice at, whether you're an amateur or a pro. So your business should mean a lot more to them. And, you know, just, I guess it's situational, but some really, you know, I guess don't care. So I'm interested to see what you guys think. And I'm not saying, you know, that I need a sport shot every time I come and practice, but just asking general questions and, you know, being treated as a valued customer, I think is important in order for you to have, you know, repeat business. Shoot the spare. I don't know, just my 2 cents, my little discussion for today. Yeah, it's unfortunate. And it is what it is. Not really going to make a big deal about it, but I just know, you know, which bowling centers I'm going to come back to. All right. Let's get into the practice a little bit. First 2 steps, nice and short. So. All right. A lot better than a couple practices that I've had. The reason I'm working on this is just so when I get to the line I have a longer flat spot. If I shorten the first 2 steps up front, I'll be able to do anything I want with my hand coming into the line. And the last couple days it hasn't been very good. Just felt like my tilt has been very low, ball's reading the lane too quick, my hand coming over the top. And already with the first couple shots today, it's been a lot better. So. That one right there wasn't the best. I kind of felt my hand get a little quick that way. But still, major improvement from before. So. See if we can throw it a little bit better. First 2 sets being small and the core staying nice and tall. That was a tug. Throw a better one next time. That's what we're working on today. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, so my shot repetition is what I'm working on. Even though I'm not on a sports shot, I'm not even paying attention to score. I didn't even know it was the second game. I'm working on shot repetition. That's why I'm working on my first 2 steps being slower, being smaller, so that I'm able to repeat a lot better. Let's see. Yeah, I understand, John. You know, they're trying to make, you know, their money here, and I understand that. But, you know, I guess I was always taught in, you know, working for corporations that customer service is the #1 priority, and you want to, you know, be better, and you want to give them an experience that they would never forget in a positive way so that they could keep returning. But I guess that's kind of faded out in some industries. Let's see what Connor has to say. Just kept shutting down. Fix it. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I've been to centers like that too, and that's why I haven't been back. Different timing. Which one do you teach when you're helping someone? So that's actually a good question. Obviously, me and Elise both teach the same timing. I guess slightly late, for a lack of better words, is probably the best timing. You want to end up finishing your slide with the ball. I don't know if you guys can see. So with the ball right about there going into the slide. You don't want to have it like 2 balls behind when you're done sliding. So it's almost like an instant kind of motion where you want to be done sliding and the ball's coming through at the same time. Not at the exact same time, but the ball's coming in right after. It's a lot better shot. Really good shot right there. For women, they tend to be a little bit later than guys for most of the time. That's their way of trying to create power. It's actually been kind of different. That's just what I've known like growing up, but now it's starting to become a little bit different. The girls in college actually have earlier timing, and they're still sliding as they let go of the ball. I'm not gonna, that's not how I would teach it. I want the girls to be stopped, so that way their direction is a lot better, and they don't have to worry about, using their leg stiffing up. That way they can stop. Just allowing the shoe to do that instead of their body. That was bad. It was still a good shot online, but my hand was bad because my first 2 steps got a little bit bigger. We're always going to have something that, no matter how many times we practice, we're really going to have to focus on it. What's going on, Brent? How are you? But yeah, like I was saying, just being on time timing where you've completed your slide, and then the ball comes through right after. All right, we're gonna throw this one a little better. Got around that one a lot more. Definitely better. So. It's starting to get crazy. Starting to get crazy with the hand right now. Gotta get it back in spot. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, when you're in Vegas, obviously you have to deal with the time change, and it was actually pretty crazy. We got there at like 2 o'clock their time, so it's 5 o'clock on the East Coast. And then we had to get the rental car, and the rental car had issues, and the hotel had issues, so it wasn't the most ideal thing. And we didn't get to go to bed till like 4:30. So I've already been up for 24 hours straight. But yeah, so, and yeah, just like trying to catch up, with the time difference and stuff like that. And we were always up early every single day, so it wasn't a good time, but I'm glad that I'm back and I'm rested. That was way better. All right. Oh, and 7 in a row. Good spare. All right, so yeah, so I guess if anybody wants to chime in, what do you think about this PBA season? You know, how did you like it? Obviously, a lot of shows, a lot of high scores. You know, 2 incredible players going at it, Player of the Year with Simo and EJ, and I think EJ's going to pull away with it. But Simo's season was absolutely ridiculous. Lowest finish was 10th. There we go. That was good. A little firmer, but it was good. Yes, John, I will be traveling with Elise to several of her events. I was there for the Queens, and then I do have regionals in between. I think I'll be missing Michigan, and I'll be coming like towards the end of it. But then I'll be at her next stop. And then after that, like we'll be going like a couple different places, and I'll be bowling some events while I'm out there with her as well, so I can stay sharp. So we're gonna soften up, and we're gonna move one, soften up, just to not feel like I'm throwing with my arm. Just gonna roll it. Yeah, if you guys like these videos, let us know what you guys want to see. You know, we're down to do a lot of different things for you guys.
Your head's right out.
All right, let's see what the reality does. So, yeah, well, 260, cool. But yeah, I'm starting to feel a lot better. My steps are getting better. I'm feeling a lot more power at the line versus throwing it with my arm. Switch thumbs. My good thumb. I don't know if that means I'll throw it better, but nice. Oh, get it. I might actually go back to the other thumb. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I know you guys have probably seen it on social media. but all the players say that, you know, Simo is the most versatile player. And honestly, like right now, he has to be like the best on the planet, even though EJ's having an incredible season. Just consistency-wise, the man is untouchable. It's honestly crazy to see. The things that he could do on the lane is unreal. You know, he can go from just playing straight up the boards, and then he's hooking the whole lane, and then he's going back right, and then he's throwing plastic. Like, incredible to watch, and honestly, one of the coolest people that I've ever met. He's helped me, you know, a lot. We've practiced together, crossing near each other at tournaments. One of the best dudes that you can, you know, call a friend and a mentor. Why is EJ so good? A lot of people ask that question. And, you know, it may seem that he doesn't really know what he's doing. It may just seem like, oh, you know, he just has like so much power and he hits it, and, you know, he can get all that to like go around and stuff. Oh boy, 2 for 2 on this one. And I guess we got the ball coming back. But yeah, so EJ knows a lot more than what people like give him credit for. And he can see his ball motion and be able to manipulate it with his hand and get the ball to do so many different things that, you know, cause success. And I've learned a lot from watching him too, how he gets his ball to slow down in specific spots of the lane in order to contain that, you know, consistent reaction that he has across so many different patterns. All right, so a little bit. There we go, that was good. Really good shot. Really, really good shot. So, but yeah, EJ's also another guy that's just fantastic. I've gotten to know him really well, and he takes the time to explain things to me, and it's really helpful. All right, so we're gonna move left and we're gonna soften up, practice that a little bit. We're gonna go like 4. Just be a little bit slower. The ball, read the lane. I bowled here a couple times, and on their house shot, very, very tight. Very, very tight. Pair to pair is impossible here. We bowled many tournaments here, and they had a regional here for the PBA. I didn't bowl that one, but we bowled a Thanksgiving Eve tournament here on the dead flat, and they were so hard. But I ended up coming away with a win about like either 30 or 40 over, and I was the only one in the field plus. That just tells you how hard it was, and there was about 180 to 100 people here. It was a great confidence boost, for sure. It's another good shot. Let's see. Does he usually... He has great stamina. EJ has great stamina now. Obviously, he's pretty gifted, athletic, stays in shape, he does the right things. Always so different pair to pair. To the bowling comedy, honestly, I mean, no lane is the same, you know? Every single center, every single lane's going to be different. No lane in the world plays the same as, you know, as one. So they could be very close, very similar, but, you know, they're all different. And you just have to chalk that up to installation, what kind of lanes you're bowling on, the weather, all that stuff plays a factor in bowling. Let's see, let's answer some more questions. What do you think you require to do to take the next step? Is it as simple as experience? I'll accept if you don't feel comfortable answering. That's a great question. And it's not that I'm not comfortable. I do believe in my abilities. Obviously, you know, those guys out there are very, very good. I'm very blessed to be able to compete out there and, you know, bowl the PTQs and stuff like that. Obviously, you know, I can compete because I make it through the PTQs. The talent is just as hard. And I'll answer more when I finish the shot here. But, you know, obviously, like, I can compete at that level. Sometimes I just don't see the right thing quick enough, just like with every bowler. Sometimes I just don't see the picture quick enough. And, you know, that doesn't mean that, you know, I'm any worse. I just had to learn a little bit. But with the things that I'm starting to learn, it's making it easier across the board for me to compete and bowl really well at that level. So, you know, I feel like this season wasn't a bad one. I think I averaged, I mean, compared to last season, I think I averaged like 199 or something like that. But I averaged 209 this year on the tour, bowling the PTQs because they do count those. And yeah, like, you know, I bowled really well at the doubles. Unfortunately, my partner didn't bowl that well, but I averaged around like 227 or something like that. If it was a singles tournament, I would have, you know, cashed and moved on, but it wasn't, which is fine. Like, I really enjoy bowling my partner. But, you know, taking those small little victories and, you know, seeing yourself go up as a stock market rather as, you know, bring yourself down and, you know, question like, oh, you know, why didn't I make it? Why didn't I bowl well? Instead, you see your growth compared to where you were. I think that's a lot better mindset. That wasn't the best shot. Double messenger. But, yeah, you know, this sport, you'll never know. You'll never understand really everything. So, as long as you keep working at it and you keep, you know, working hard, you're not going to get anything in life if you don't work for it. So, but this year, I'm not going to, you know, chalk it up as not being successful. It's another learning year, and I've, you know, learned a lot. And there's some circumstances that are out of our control, you know, that cause us to, you know, not get where we need to be. Formats changing, how many they allow for the PTQ changes, you know, things like that we can't control even though we bowl well. So, but yeah, so great question. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All those comments, you know, they definitely mean the world to me. They mean the world to Elise. We work very hard at what we do. And, you know, even being coaches for a college team, what you see here is what we preach to them. We want them to succeed and do amazing things as well. But yeah, I really do appreciate that. My time's coming. I'm gonna stay patient. I see it in every tournament that I bowl. I see it in the things that I'm doing. I'm doing the right things. As long as I stay patient and mentally strong, I think I'm gonna get what I want. So, really good questions.
You know why? You don't be more or less head. Churches yourself.
All right, let's get it to. I'm gonna try to get it to 8 down lane. I know the last couple have been in. Try to get it there sooner. Oh, it was where I wanted it. Perfect, picture perfect right there. Really good with the hand. But yeah, so obviously for the bowlers tuning in, I'm just not going to assume all of you guys are bowlers, but if you want, tell me in the comments what you are working on. What's your biggest thing that you're working on this week? Whether it just be I want to shoot 300 this week, or I'm working on my steps or timing, hand at the bottom. What are you guys working on this week? Another good shot. I will say the biggest thing for me that I've learned this year is patience. Patience. When you're going through the PTQ, obviously, those athletes, if you make it through the cut, you're bowling 8 more games than the rest of the field, and you have practice on top of that. So it's a little bit harder for sure, but if it wasn't hard, everybody would be doing it. And that's what keeps me going. I actually looked, and I didn't think I bowled this many games, but I looked back, I think I had 140 or 130 games bowled this year. It's crazy. And that was just on the national tour. That wasn't, that wasn't regionals, that wasn't outside events, that wasn't, anything else. That wasn't including the practice sessions. Trying to get your rev rate up, that's awesome. Any tips or advice? So if you can't bowl unless you loft it, I don't know how you throw it, obviously, and I don't want to, put anything out there, but just from previous experiences and stuff like that, that could be a fit issue, could be a grip pressure issue. You're really holding on to the ball, or the ball is not allowing you to clear fast enough. If it's not allowing you to clear fast enough, that's obviously the fit issue. But if it does and you can clear it and get it into the lane, then that is just a grip pressure issue. Now when you see me bowl, this is a little loose, but usually I'm not holding on to it. My thumb is touching the back of the ball. And it's honestly a little bit loose, but my thumb is that tight to where it doesn't allow me to grip it as hard so I can be consistent with my release at the bottom. I would just double check with your pro shop just to make sure your fit is correct. And then obviously your thumb doesn't have to be as tight as mine, but the less pressure you have gripping it, the more consistent you could be at release. That was not very good. But But yeah, so explore one of those two things, and I think you'll get a little bit farther. All right, we're in game 4 out of 5. I'm feeling good. I've creeped a little bit farther left with a bigger ball, just to try to be slower and get my hand in a better spot. Still staying with the soft hand. Even though that felt good, that was still in down lane. So if I can create those kind of misses, that's a good thing. But I do have trouble sometimes getting that ball to go to 7, 8 down lane or further right. I've kind of figured out a way to do it. I've kind of pushed the ball left a little bit to create that kind of figure 8 swing to allow it to come back closer to me and project it that way. That was better, a little more forward. Got the 10 out, but that axis rotation wise was a little more forward. So if I was any more forward than that, I don't know if I was going to carry the 10 pin there, but if you haven't already, appreciate you guys liking the video. Subscribe if you're new. You know, we're going to keep giving, balls away, things away every time we hit milestones for our channel, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys, and we want to get back to you guys. So, share the video today so you guys, share it around. It helps us, gets our exposure out there. That was good. Use my legs on that one. Oh, Cayuga Falls, awesome. That's awesome. Awesome, Steve. That's really cool. I'm glad I got you in the video. That was such an awesome time in Cayuga Falls. I've never done anything like that. Averaged 250 for a block. That was crazy. Bowling with Walter Ray is always something that, I never really thought that I was going to have the opportunity to. That was my idol growing up. My family really loved him, watched his style. Every Sunday I would turn on bowling and watch them on ESPN. And to get the opportunity to bowl with him is something special. Dream come true, really. Gotten to bowl with him in local events or trios and doubles, and then to have a chance to, win a PBA regional title with him, crazy. We finished second 3 years ago or 4 years ago, something like that, when we bowled the first time. And then the second time, we had a top 8 finish. Still fine. We led the tournament, which is really, really cool. Oh, I guess I probably should have moved. The lane finally broke down, but that was a good shot. It was a really good shot. Shoot it. Let's be better about our spares. There we go. All right, finally, make a move. We're gonna go 3. That was pretty good too. All right, kind of expected it. So the ball right there didn't really see the lane soon enough. So I made 3-board move, got it more into that cliff. I hit everything I wanted to. I hit it in the spot I want to hit it to down lane, but it just didn't quite see it. And that for me, there's several different things you could hit it harder, make it see it earlier. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw it slower, still be nice in my hand. Let's see if we can make this. Bounce. Oof. Almost got it. So on this next one, I'm going to just be slower at my speed, still get around it. There we go. Good execution there. So knowing those things and really paying attention to the ball motion has been, really a game changer for me this year. Instead of just complaining like, oh, why did I leave a 7-10 or I'm so unlucky. Really paying attention to ball motion fixes those problems because as you can see, I stood in the same spot. I just slowed down and I got the right ball reaction. So just because I went a little high, I'm going to just creep 1, but I'm still going to stay the same my speed. Pretty good. Oh! Little backdoor action. That's for you, Sean Riccardi, if you're watching. I'm really reaching my limit with this ball. If I'm really just paying attention to ball reaction. Obviously, I'm still trying to work on the things that I have been working on. But that also comes with paying attention to ball reaction. So if I could focus on those 2 things and it not really be an issue, it's pretty good. So I think now for me, I could probably get away with hitting it just a little bit more. Because this is a bigger ball, it's slower. And I'm really, at this point, stretching its limit. So if I just create a little bit more rev rate. Yeah, it's reaching its point. So that was a pretty good shot, pretty well executed. Good spare. Alright, let's see what we got here. When you see the ball do something different than expected, how do you decide if it was you or the lane or if it's part of experience? Very good question. As you can see, I kind of walked you through what I was seeing right there with ball reaction and stuff like that. I know if it's me, just because repetition. If something the slightest feels off, you can, chalk it up to you. But if you do, I've been in situations where I felt like I did something, but also the ball did something as well. There have been times where I've been in a part of the lane where, okay, I know I tugged it, but I saw the ball pick up soon. That could have been a combination in my hand, and it was also up the lane, but it was such a violent reaction that I'm like, okay, maybe I should get out of this zone and just move out of it. That way I can get away with a couple more different things, because obviously we're not all perfect. So you just have to chalk it up to experience, knowing your game, and you can't really control anything once you let it go past the foul line. So after that, it's all analyzing, okay, what did I do, what did the ball do, etc. So, okay, well, since I stretched out this reality, I think I'm going to go back to the check, and I'm going to move right. Kind of where I was, like around the 14 area. And I think, shelling down, you can move back right, especially on house shots, and use the friction to your advantage. So I could probably actually get away with moving a couple more right. So we got one more game left, so. We'll take you guys through this last game. And we'll kind of put it together. Really focus on those first two steps being smaller, controllable. And I'm going to move another 2 right. Ball speed can go up just a pinch. So to me right now, because I was using that bigger ball, even though I have the cleaner option, obviously you can see it get longer down the lane and still strike, but I do see it picking up in certain areas in that middle part of the lane because there was traffic there. And also this reality check did have a little bit of surface, so it starts to pick up in certain spots. So you just have to be aware of that with making adjustments and stuff. So I'll move 1 left just to see, still get it that direction. That was a really good shot. Yeah, I really used my legs on that one. Every time I use my legs, I always get good results. So I really need to start doing that a little bit more often. Can't get lazy in this sport. I do apologize, it's not horizontal, it's vertical. I guess when I hit the live button, it locked that way, so I do apologize. We'll get it fixed for next time. Now let's continue to use the legs. Really banged on that one. Good miss, but not what we wanted. Let's do it again. Let's be better. That's what I wanted. Effortless hand coming through it, using the legs, getting it down your target line. Not what we wanted. Gosh. Not every shot's going to be perfect, and you have to obviously grind through the shots that aren't what you want. Obviously, you can be grateful for the reward, but, just all about it, being better. If you don't settle for anything less than excellent, your standards are high, you know, you just set that bar for yourself, and with discipline, you can definitely get what you want. Just what keeps me going. Like that. That was way better. Of course, donate. It was a great shot, though. Let's see. Got a couple more questions. What tournaments are you planning on bowling? Assuming a lot of local tournaments and PBA regionals. Yes, I will be bowling a lot of local tournaments, regionals, obviously in the off season. That's what I do. I love doing it. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. But yes, any local tournaments that are close or bigger events. Sometimes I even fly to regionals, just if like I have a free flight I need to get to. I need to get more points through Southwest or something like that. I'll take a flight, go bowl a regional, go bowl a big tournament. For the bigger tournaments that I do plan on bowling this year, obviously we're going to run back the Springfield doubles and the holiday doubles that are both Michael Martell. We led both tournaments actually last year, which is crazy. But yeah, we led both events, and we're going to run it back. And then obviously as many PBA South regionals as I can. I have big goals this year, winning another regional title, being player of the year. It may not work out, but I'm going to put everything that I can to put myself in that position. That was a really good shot too. And when a professional bowler says he sees a ball picking up earlier or later, is that measured in inches or feet? And how do you decide the next ball in the progression? So obviously every pro is going to have a different explanation of that. For me, I see the ball, picking up. There's 3 different parts of the lane: fronts, the mids, the back ends, and I kind of analyze it that way. Some, if a shot like takes off, I'll be like, oh, that picked up like 3 feet sooner or something like that. Kind of like a guesstimation, but based on the previous ball reaction that you had, where it was picking up and what looks different. And then when it comes to ball progression, we do have practice sessions that can help with your ball progression, or just simply knowing the shapes in your bag and the brands that you represent, knowing which cover core combination you can go to right after the one is done. So like you saw in this practice session, I know I have limited bowling balls here, but I have a reality check, and an absolute. And at the beginning, I was just messing around with the reality check because I had like a lot of surface on it. So I was just getting the surface off of it. Once it started to lane shine, the ball started to go a little bit too far behind the head pin. That's why I started wrap 10. And when I made moves to like be softer, I really had to be perfect with my speed in my hand. So I just went to a ball that was, same core, bigger cover. And it allowed me to have several different misses. As you can see, when I went up the back of it, I still carried the 10 pin. Or when I got around it, it went a little bit farther and came back. So just understanding your progressions in your bag can make a really big difference in how you score in tournaments, and give you that confidence knowing, okay, once this ball is done, I can go to this, and it's the perfect progression. And sometimes you're going to be wrong, but that's part of the game. And then it just, gets you better for next time. That was another really good shot. Why do so many people like the purple hammer? Well, that ball has been proven to be amazing on almost everything. Arguably, it's made people's career. That's maybe an unpopular opinion, but some people have said the same thing. I'm not saying who or anything like that. Like, I'm not calling anybody out or anything like that, but it has definitely been a career maker for sure. The ball's very versatile. That's pretty much all I could say about it, honestly. It's just very versatile. You can throw it on a lot of different things. And I'm sick of seeing the purple line. All right, going to the ninth frame. So another good shot here. That was a little in and topped. Not the best shot. It is what it is. All right, we're going to the 10th frame. We need all three. We need all three to win the title. All right, so let's put ourselves in that position. That's what every little kid dreams of, you know? So good shots to our process. That was a good one. Really, really good one. Allowed the shoulder to come through, helping it through. Use the legs. You guys ever have that one ball that you drill and it's absolutely amazing, and it's got some games on it? You go drill another one, it's not the same. I know I've had that happen a couple times in my lifetime. And you just throw that ball until you literally can't anymore. Another pretty decent one. All right, one more. One more and we're done with the practice. It's good practice today. Let's see. Nate continued. Good luck in your quest. And thanks for taking the time to answer, allowing us to take the ride with you. Thank you so much, John. We really appreciate the kind words. How do you practice for a PDA pattern without having a PDA pattern to practice on? It's a good question. I mean, there's several different ways that you could do it. Obviously, you know, if you don't have that access, you can go to your local bowling center. And you could practice hitting a certain spot down lane to practice like where the ball needs to be at the break point. I know I've done that. You know, if I'm bowling on Cheetah, okay, I have to get it to like 6. And I could be bowling on a house shot, but if I don't get it to 6 at like 36, 35 feet, it's probably not going to be a strike. Practicing shapes, balls that kind of make sense for that pattern, I would definitely do that. But if you don't have access to it, as long as you have repetition, you can play anywhere from the 1 board to the 39th board, and you can repeat that pretty frequently and often. You'll get to caching and, you know, making those extra cuts and making top 16s and all that stuff. So that's the best advice I have for that. Let's see. There's also a big tournament this weekend where the PWA comes in, Memorial Day. Yes, I did see that. I won't be able to attend that one. I have plans, obviously, this weekend to stay in Florida. You and Elise are inspirational. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate that. But yeah, so, all right, we got one last shot before the practice is over. Obviously going for the win. really good as well. There we go. Dreams become reality in practice sessions like this. And thank you guys so much for spending your Wednesday with me. Drop any questions you have in the comments. Feel free to reach out on all our social medias if you guys have any questions. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one.